Hey everyone, how you doing? Wednesday. I've had a very busy morning working on someone's website. Then I had a quick call with them just to clarify a few things. And then had a call with Elementor as well, just about some promotional stuff. Nothing for you guys to worry about just yet. And just got to make some changes to this directory website I'm working on. And obviously now we're in the live chat as well. As we do. Right? It's what we like to do, isn't it? I like to go live. There. That's better. Hope you're all doing okay. Hey George, how you doing? Bit of a busy morning today so far. Kind of jumping from one thing to another at the moment. How's things with you? Just working on that directory website as well at the moment. Hey, Catherine. 4 different clients say gets a bit, not tricky, but it gets a bit, quite a lot to take on, isn't it? Sometimes juggling act. So I'm going to be like working as well as I'm talking around here. In fact, a lot of the changes that I've got to do are changes I've recommended to the client as part of user experience. So I've said to them, look, if I was a user, some of these things, they're a bit more than what you need. So I think we can simplify it for the user. And luckily they've come round. I mean, when I say come round, that sounds harsher than it actually should be. But they've kind of come round to my suggestions, which is good. Hey, Tony, how are you? Hey, Jimmy. It's a very cold morning in the UK. It's very, bit of a chilly bite to the air. Feels quite cold. Yeah. On the Elementor, the Elementor Facebook group, the one that's Elementor and which plugin, the plugin one. Someone called Wadi, I think his name was Wadi. He posted a link to a new plugin. He calls it Wadi Elementor. When you go to the website, he's got no preview of any of the. He says he's got a new plugin. The plugin doesn't have anything exciting in it. There's no screenshots. There's no demo. Even his website, the navigation menu doesn't work on mobile. And I went, what are you trying to put across here? So I told him. He then went away and corrected that. And he then shared a few demos of the Testimonial Carousel. This is the poorest attempt as to why anyone would use this plugin. It's called a Wadi plugin. WADI. If you go to Elementor which plugin Facebook group, you'll see it. And it is shockingly poor. It does nothing, adds nothing new, doesn't even work properly. So he's got when you have a vertical website and then you get to the carousel, when you scroll with your mouse, right, the testimonial carousel will go sideways. But here's the problem. It goes sideways, and when you get to the end, when you keep scrolling, it does not continue down the page. So what's the point? You scroll down to it, you keep scrolling, it now slides across, great. You keep scrolling and it just sticks. So it's a ridiculously, I'm sorry, it's a really stupid plugin. So I said, you've got all these problems. And he was like, great, that's what I wanted. I wanted feedback. And I really wanted to say, hold on. You announced a brand new plugin for everyone, extra stuff for Elementor. You've got nothing exciting there. Your web page toggle menu doesn't even work. You haven't even got a proper demo. You haven't even got screenshots. I'm sorry, that's what you call poor marketing. I don't know who's advising him, but I just think, back to the drawing board, mate. Back to the drawing board. But yeah, if you go onto the Elementor Witch plugin, you'll see it. Exactly. Like your own website. His own website, the toggle menu doesn't even work. Let me find out. If I can find it, I'll post it. I'll post it here. Here you go. Here it is. How do I share this? Here you go. Right, let me show you the link, right? He's probably updated it now, his website, after I kind of... Go have a look at this website. Go click that link. And this person, he posted it on the Elementor Witch plugin group. Just go look at it. Right, here you go. Here's the actual page to his plugin. What a load of crap. Right, go have a look at it. Like, seriously? So what does his plugin do? Accordion, block quote, carousel, flip box, price list, pricing table, tabs. Basically, he's giving you stuff that you would get with Elementor Pro, but you don't get in Elementor Free. So I get it. But why would you... I mean, this again is one of those scenarios where you could risk mucking up your website with a free plugin because you don't want to invest in Elementor Pro. You don't want to invest in Elementor Pro, fine, but don't whinge and complain when your website has conflict issues and whatever. Exactly, Catherine. Exactly. And here's where it gets worse, right? He hasn't even got screenshots or a proper demo over what his product does. Like, who would even, like... You know, who would even use that? Who would even use that? Oh, George, it's like... You know, it's like... I just don't get it. I don't get it. Really don't get it. I bet you got to... If you pay premium, I bet you get a signed autograph from him. You know, a signed autograph. Get a life. I mean, the page itself, that is a really badly structured page. The font, the styling, the spacing. It's one of the worst sales pages I think I've ever seen. Don't you agree? Just look at that page. His waddy add-ons. I feel sorry for the guy as well. It's like you put time and effort into creating something. I just don't get it. You know, and he tried to defend it by going, well, that's why I put it out here. I want to find out what people think, the benefits, you know, feedback, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. You're saying that because I've commented on it, but, you know, yeah, you get the autograph by Wadi. If you're lucky, you get a photo JPEG. It won't even be a WebP. It'll be the biggest PNG you ever get. 50 megabyte PNG of him going, thank you. He'll be naked with a towel around his waist going like that. Thank you. That's what you'll get. Oh, totally, George. I mean, this is the danger with so many blog posts out there. Medium. Have you heard of Medium, where they have tons of blog articles and stuff? The articles are full of clickbait. The articles are forever telling people, yeah, do this, do that, do that, do that to make money. And people just jump on the bandwagon. You're doing yourself a disservice. And Wadi, you know, if you're listening or if you ever watch this, don't care how much you improve your product, no one's going to want to use it. First impressions count. We remember, you know. Exactly, Catherine. It's awful, isn't it? It's like all the advice, all the things we talk about daily in the elemental groups, even on YouTube, website. It's almost like nothing has... It's like... He could get away with that 20 years ago. He could nearly get away with it 20 years ago. But now? You think about all of the elemental add-ons out there. Happy add-ons. You know, all of these pages where there's a little bit of thinking. Why would you create an add-on that doesn't offer anything new with an ugly website? It's as good as like someone writing a book with no cover, with no blurb. The words are inside, but to even know what the heck... It's like, look at this notebook, right? There's no cover, there's no blurb, no nothing. For me to know what it's like, I'm going to have to open it and read it. There's no carrot. There's no magnet. In fact, that website, I'm going to stop talking about it now. Okay, it's the worst lead magnet I've ever seen for a plugin. It's the worst. George. You know what? Bring them on. Bring it on, I say. You know, if they don't like me when I talk honestly about it. But it's like... I've been thinking of doing something outside of the EV Mux solution, and I don't know, it might work. It should work, I think. But then again, I'm not sure if it will work. I'm a bit... I have to say, I'm a little bit unsure if it's going to work, but I was thinking of maybe putting a Google Meet link in the description. Hey, Zoom. And in the Google Meet link, if people want to converse or talk, you know, so it's not all just me talking, you'll be on screen in Google Meets. You haven't missed anything, Zoom. Just talking about this really, if you see the link up there, you'll see a link called Wadi Web. Someone on the Elementor plugin group announced a new plugin, and it's the crappiest, rubbishest, shittest plugin. Sorry, gotta say it. Marketing I've ever seen. But I was thinking about if I put a Google Meet link in here, would people be up for just going on camera? Or you don't even have to have your camera on, you can just talk with your camera off even. But I wasn't sure. I might test out how well that works via YouTube Live and stuff like that. No, EV Mux is fine. The only trouble with EV Mux, yeah, Zoom, is that you have to wear headphones, otherwise you get audio feedback, which was a bit annoying, really annoying. LinkedIn is good to get yourself out there, to network. LinkedIn, a lot of people go on to LinkedIn to say, I need a website design. Did you know that? Did you know that? So if you go to LinkedIn and you do a search for web design or website design or web designer for posts, you get a lot of hits. Did you know that? Yeah. And I think LinkedIn, it's like, If you use Publer, so I can send to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn all in one go, that means you do it without thinking about it. It's done efficiently. Tomorrow, George, tomorrow. So I'm doing my Atarim Web Summit talk about how to get clients tomorrow. I'll be trimming that all off. Trimming it all off. 'Cause that's the way we roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like I need to get something onto that wall. There. Something just there. I need to get something on that wall. Maybe I need to get like a Web Squadron sign, a neon sign. I don't know. Something needs to go there on that wall. Looks a bit empty. I don't DM people. Soom. I do not do that. I just comment on their posts. And when I comment on their posts, I don't go, hey, I'm a website designer. No. Facebook, LinkedIn, even Twitter, you're engaging. You are engaging, okay? In posts that you're happy to comment on. And you slowly build up trust. No, George, I don't use Atarim. I don't use that. Honestly, haven't found a massive need to use it. But I like it. I think it's really good. The reason why the painting don't go there is because, you know, when it's far away, it doesn't look good at all. When it's that far away, Jimmy, it doesn't. Especially at an angle, it will look weird because I positioned it there and I stood away and I did think about it and I went, actually, no, I'll just stick it back up there. The further you are away from it, it just starts to look like lots of black and grey and just merged. Hey, Dave. Yeah, Web Squadron. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Got to get it custom made though, innit? Kind of thing. Screenshot the dashboard. Sorry, everyone. Did you just read what Soom just said? Have you just read what Soom said? Hallelujah. We have a convert. We have converted Soom to Pepsi Max. All right, we've converted him to Pepsi Max. Yes! That is what it's all about. Right? That's what it's all about. Well done. I'm trying to set the time zone on this directory website. Don't you just know it, Carapace? And don't you feel good? Don't you feel... Many times I've tried to take myself off it and I might go, the longest I've ever gone is 6 days. I have gone 6 days without touching a can, but boy did I need it. There was one day where I just felt so awful. I was like, I need Pepsi Max Like now, you know? Just got to a point where I just couldn't carry on. Needed it. Just totally needed it. What is the time zone for... What is the time zone for United Arab Emirates? Where do I get the time zone for that? Where will it be? What is it? What is it? It's not Europe, so where is it? It'll be... Dubai. If I do the Dubai one, that will do it, won't it? Dubai. Is that it? Is it Dubai? Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, the Dubai time zone, that will do it. Dubai, yeah. Ooh, yeah, Dubai. Thanks, Jimmy. I was looking, just checking it, yeah. It's for the directory website. That's where they're based, you see. That's where their businesses and clientele will be. Well, it's actually 3 hours ahead of us. It's 3 hours ahead of us. You're close, though. It's 2 hours ahead of where you are in Portugal, but 3 hours for me. Yeah. So at the minute, the UK is GMT +1 because of British summertime. So George, you're right as well. So it's actually +4, but in the summertime, it's +3. I really do hate the way... Sometimes I really hate the British times, summertime and all that. 3 hours as well, yeah. Yeah, you're GMT +1 as well, yeah. Welcome to the GMT fan club. Oh, yeah. Right, that's the time zone. So I've got to tick these off. Nope. Actually, that's the new one. So there's 11 things to do, which sounds like a lot, but actually, that's about an hour's work. But while I'm talking to you guys, it will take me 3 hours, okay? Yeah, that's right. They don't do that time thing. But I've just got to systematically double check that the time zones and everything are correct. Just got to double check everything is correct. Correct. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now. Hey, Interpret, how you doing? I think that's the time zone done. I think. Whoops. Just got to now do the... Let's get serious. Let's get serious at the moment. Do any of you now or at some point have kind of gone, you know what? I don't think I can do this. To do with web design. Have any of you had that moment? Have any of you had that moment where you've kind of gone, I don't think I'm cut out to do this? And I don't mean we're getting clients. I'm talking about designing websites and stuff like that. In fact, yeah, the whole business, getting clients as well. Have any of you had that moment? Or do you still have that moment? Or are you heading towards that moment? Or you've been and done it and still came back? Have Had that moment. So Chingy multiple times. And what do you think? So rather than talking about why you feel like that, what pulls you back in each time, Chingy? What makes you kind of go, no, I'm going to keep doing it? Hey, Eduardo. Elemental forms. You should be able to add in the field. Multiple select checkbox. It will be in your, as long as you're using Elementor Pro, it will be in there. Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. We're talking about, have you had moments where you have felt like, I'm not cut out to do web design or the business or whatever? Have you ever had moments like that where you've then wanted to then kind of go, right, I'm going to give up and do something else? So with regards to web designing or agency or freelancing. So going back to Chingy, rather than talking about why you felt like that, what pulled you back? What pulled you back? Yeah, so Eduardo, you should have it in there. You should have it in there. Check boxes, and you can style them as well. I mean, I use Site Origin CSS to inspect it, and then you can modify the styling of it. So Jimmy, you've said 1 million times. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot. You know, I'm gonna say I don't think it is 1 million, so I'm gonna doubt your million, but I think it's probably a lot. But what pulls you back? What keeps pulling you back? And the same with Chingy. What's pulled you back? Yeah, do you know something, Catherine? I am enjoying. I love doing these chats, the YouTube videos, or when I get to speak in an event or something. I love the teaching aspect. Working with clients, good, bad, the ugly, right? I love the teaching aspect. I love passing on analogies, experiences, good ways to do stuff, what to watch out for. That's a good comment there, Indapri. That even when it's going wrong, look until the next day. Think of like, what can you do to turn it around? So hey, Jared. So you're too wet behind the ears. What, with web design? Or have you just had a shower? So Jared, I'm just gonna give you a link right in terms of like we used to have a paid course, but now what we do is we have a mastery membership, which is here. So this is for you, Jared, okay? That's for you, Jared. Just check the comments. Yeah, Zoom, editing videos does take long, especially if the video needs a lot of stuff to be edited out, my friend. Eduardo, so the thing that pulls you back in is paying the bills. Now, I could say there's other ways to pay the bill. So is there anything else that pulls you back in? Yeah, communication with people, you know, when things aren't flowing, that always gets on my nerves. Yeah, that's a nice reply there, Chingy. And I think, you know, when you know you got a problem and you're able to overcome that problem or find a better solution and create something, there's a massive sense of achievement, isn't there? There's a massive sense of feeling proud. So yesterday, I sorted out the client's directory theme, which was completely battered 2 weeks ago because of all the stuff they did. From scratch, we've got it working, and now I'm just cleaning stuff up on it. I felt so good last night and this morning. I felt so like, yes, I was right. You know, and this morning I had a quick chat with her. You could see that she's now going, she was right to take that leap of faith to what I said. Look, we need to do. Full reset, start from scratch, And now she's like, I mean, if George is listening, she has 4 templates. One of them's the header, one's the footer, and 9 pages. Not like what we had before. tons of pages, tons of templates all over the place. No, I don't do B-rolls soon. If I did B-rolls, right, my videos would go on for like 2 hours. When I shoot videos, sometimes I cut away 3/4 of the video. It's like writing a book. One of my novels I wrote was about 600,000 words. When I edited it, it was 120. From 600,000 words to 120,000 words. Just shows how much rubbish there was in there, not needed. Yeah, it's the accomplishment, isn't it, Chingy? It makes us just feel good. And I would say, Jimmy, this is where early on, when you'd feel trapped by a client who wasn't giving you stuff, or you couldn't close the job off because you're waiting for stuff. Now, I'm very selective over the clients we work with, or if very early on I get a feeling like, right, this ain't going to work, I go, right, sorry, can't continue, and I get out of it. When you first start off, you take all the shit. You take it all in it because you want the money, you want the reviews, you just take it all, boom, boom, boom. But then you grow the confidence to be selective and to be able to say no, 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 no. Well, Soom, I would say that, so I think what you mean is when you're talking, right, maybe talk where it depends though. So when I'm talking, I'm not just like, when I do my YouTube videos and there's no screen sharing and it's just me, I'm just not like, right, so now we're going to talk about flex containers. Flex containers are like elastic bands. You can stretch them, you can twist them around your finger, but if you're not careful, that flex container will spring back and hit your eye and then you're going to cry. I don't just talk like that. I try to be a bit more expressive, throw in an analogy, try and make you understand why this is really important. Be yourself. Don't be just like a statue. So even when you're not screen sharing, you can still be quite... You got to almost make yourself be addictive to the viewer so that if they're not watching or they skip bits or whatever, they're missing out on some nuggets of information, some bits that you could say are going to help you in the future with your design or something like that. Yeah, Chingy, I'm not a fan of green colour as well. I have started to find that, when you use like a really neon bright green, unless the website is green on black, so the background's got to be black, right, with the green, it's got to be black, white, grey, green. If you have any other colours like yellows or reds or whatever, I just find it struggles to work, doesn't it? It just struggles to breathe. Now, see, Jimmy was very careful because Jimmy did it with pink. So if you're going to have a neon greenish colour, then with a neon pink, you can almost get away with it. Do I have a green screen? Yeah, I got a green screen, but I don't use it. Jared, I think the containers are at least 1 month away. Maybe June. Maybe June. Maybe June. But don't quote me on that. Because I don't know. Right, I don't know. But I think it will be June. And I know loads of people, you can't wait for it. Just because you want to play with it, And it makes building some layouts so much easier, right? I mean, the layouts they give you straight out the box are super good in itself, aren't they? So I'm hoping it will be sooner than later. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. There we go, yeah. So I'm hoping sooner than later we'll get it. Yeah, you see, green and orange. You're going to need a lot of black and greys there, Chingy. A lot of black and grey to balance that out. I would. Or go to that colorpalettes.net. In fact, hold on. Go here. Go here. Let me get you the link. Let me just do a quick test and I'll share the link for you, alright? But if we go for, what'd you say? It was orange and green. Here, Chingy. Mess around with that. Mess around and see what images jump out at you, alright? Take care, Catherine. Great to have you, alright? Thanks for being here. Hey, Atif. You dip in and dip out however you want. But yeah, have a look at the images from that link, okay, Chingy? Just have a look. See what you can find. By the way, I notice some of you retract your messages sometimes because you've realised you've said something twice. Don't worry, alright? Don't worry about it. It's just a live chat. It doesn't matter. I'm doing okay. Really great progress on the directory website yesterday. Great meeting with the client this morning. A few things to close off on. And then hopefully that job is then done. And then they can go away and work on the cosmetics. And they'll be back in touch when they want to go to phase 2 or 3. Quick call with the Elementor people, just about some Elementor cloud stuff. You guys now. And then I need to just make sure I've got my notes ready for tomorrow's Atrium Web Summit presentation about how to get clients. Of course, Atif, it was. Whenever you come, Atif, I notice my viewers go like this. So I have something like 20,000 viewers. And when Atif joins, it goes like this. Hey Della. No, you're not late. You're not late, Della. Normally I do these for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours now. And I don't do them. I did some that were like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. But I've realised that that's not fair on you guys or me as well a bit, because I don't want to distract you all from what's important in your work as well. But yeah, felt really, last night I went to bed feeling so good. And today feeling, you know, my only viewer. Now you sound like a pervert, Atif. You're peeping Tom. No, but you know, but felt really good. It's been a while that I've had that feeling. You know when you're working on a job? So yesterday is what I class as day 1 because we totally reset everything, right? But I felt so whoop-de-whoop, right? Felt so good. And I tell you what, there's they're the moments that remind you of why you love doing what we do, right? That's the reason we do it, okay? Because we love doing what we do. We love doing what we do every day. Shamon. Right? We love doing what we do. And that's what pulls me back. Because sometimes you get some comments or some feedback or some clients and you just sort of go, what am I doing? What am I doing? Or you're doing something in the business and you sometimes go, is this worth it? You know, is this really worth it? You know, the amount of time you put in to do some stuff, is it worth it? And then the next day you go, yeah, it is worth it. So I'm going to keep doing it. Why stop? Why stop doing what you know you're good at? Right? Why stop? But at the same time, always reflect on what you've done and any bad experiences and then go, right, I am never going to fall into that bad scenario or situation again. This is what I'm going to change about me, my behavior, the people I work with, strategy, and all of that. And for me, it's the message I've lived my life by, whether it's with relatives who I like and don't like, weddings and where I'm going to go and not go. When you have like a relationship, you know, if you've gone out on a date with someone, you didn't go well or whatever, you're going to now change your mindset about what you like and don't like, right? Food, right? TV programs you watch, the music you listen to, everything in life, in a way, should be dictated by your preferences, not by what anyone else tells me, right? Which is why I don't get on with so many people in my family, because I live my life my way and I do what I want to do. I'm not restricted by, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but I am not, the word restricted was too harsh a word. What I meant was I'm not bound by the rules of religion, culture, tradition. So for me, it's a bit like when you have a bad experience with a client, or maybe it was like a type of website, I might go, right, I'm never building a website like that again. I'm not working with that type of client. Or I'm not going to say yes to doing da-da-da-da-da, knowing that I've got to put pressure on myself. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Any more news about that travel agency? Hey, Catalise. Yes, so Indapre, what size you pick for background image? 1920 by 1080. 1080 by 1080 is a full-on square. No. I go with 1920 by 1080. And then I have a copy of that image for the mobile. And the mobile image might be 500 by 800. 500 by 800 for the mobile. But if you're doing a full banner, you know, image, 1920 by 1080 is a pretty good one to go for. WebP. Random question, Zoom. Do you think to do something revolutionary you need to be in USA? Because, or no. So let me give you an example. Elementor started off in Israel. There's loads of stuff that started off in India and other places as well. It's the only reason why you probably hear about it more in the USA, like Silicon Valley, is because they are doing heavy investment to do something really big and global. Okay, so I would say, no, you don't have to be anywhere there. They are probably going to have more contacts, though, in more developed, established countries with getting word out, right? Because, like, to be honest, there's going to be 100 people in India that have a bright idea, but who's going to listen or support them? Whereas in America, UK, loads of places, you got a bright idea, you get the right PR agent, the right journalist, the right Kickstarter or crowdfunding program or the article in a newspaper, or social media or blog posts, and then people start piling in to support you. Hey, Jason. Catalyst goes for 2,400 large. 2,400 is okay as well. I mean, I rarely go to that big. Hopefully, though, Matt, hopefully they do come back with some good news. Very true, Matt. Or what they tend to say is they don't just want a web designer. The web designer must know Laravel, PHP, and blah 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 blah. And then it's almost like they've just gone to the web, copy and pasted from another advert, and gone, right, we need all that. And you kind of go, your website's built in Elementor, your website is hosted with GoDaddy. What do you need all of this extra stuff for? Do you know what I mean? Why do they need to have all of this extra level of detail? Your website is with GoDaddy. You're using Elementor. What do you need all this extra stuff for? What you need is a slap to get away from GoDaddy, but that's up to you. But Zoom. So Elon Musk started off with PayPal. He started off with PayPal. And then that, snowballed and loads of other stuff. Now, I'm trying to think here. There are people who have started off stuff in Ireland, in Israel. There are people that have started stuff off in India, and then they've grown and grown. So, for me, it's about what can you build? What resources do you have to get people in to help you build it, to scale it up, to become a viable solution? Exactly, Matt. And half these companies, you kind of go, what you put that there for? I used to get quite irritated because I worked in the NHS, and sometimes we would advertise a job and they would say, right, it'd be good if you have a master's. And I would turn around and say to them, why do you need a master's? And they'd be like, because it's really good. I ain't got a master's. You ain't got a master's. They ain't got a master's. They ain't got a master's. Why do we need to put it? Are you expecting someone with a master's to come for this role? Why would they even come for this role? Why are we, if that's the market, we just shaved off a huge chunk because you went and put masters in? Why? Or one of them once put in, you must have advanced Excel. And I said to them, you don't even know how to use Excel. So what are you putting it in for? They're like, oh yeah, but it's really good. I went, no, don't start making people think you have to come in and do. Let's say someone said, right, I need PHP. You could go in and never ever touch PHP. So why did they put it on the advert? And how would they know if you did or didn't? Because they don't know how to use PHP. So the way I used to interview people is, if you had a degree, great, but I didn't really care what your degree was in. I really didn't. What I cared more about was, what is your experience? In fact, I didn't care if you had 10 years experience as an analyst or if you had 1 year or 6 months. I looked at talent. What can you do? How do you come across? Are you willing to learn? Are you someone who is going to go the extra mile? I don't care if you got a PhD, doctorate, professor. I don't give two shits. Don't care. Because 9 times out of 10, when people turn up and they go, yeah, I got this qualification, I got this, and it's got this. I'm like, right. So you know the theory. So when I worked in the NHS, right, in data analytics and all of that, the amount of people that came to do data warehousing, build databases, and they were some of the shittest people I ever worked with. Do you know why? Because they followed theory. The snowflake schema, the database, the do. And I'd be like, stop that, right? You got to think out the box. This needs to go. You got to think out the box. I don't care about the theory. And they would try and justify what they want with theory. Yes, but it must be duh, 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 duh. I would be like, screw that, because that does not work. So I think education, all of that is important. But I care more about what can you do. So if someone says, hey, I need a web designer, I'm like, right, what is your problem and what do you want to see done? They're the skills you need the person to have who's going to solve your problem. And Matt, if you do apply for a job or anything like that, say to them, I've looked at the spec, I've looked at what you're expecting, but what would you really need them to do? Do you know how many jobs get advertised on the NHS? The person's spec is nothing like what the person does. Did you know that? The person's spec is just copy and pasted from another job. They might tweak it a little bit, put the right department name in and who you're going to be managed by and where you're working. They're copy and paste jobs. Even the person's spec. Do you need a qualification? Do you need these skills? Do you work from home? Do you need a car? Blah, blah, blah. It's a copy and paste job. The question you should be asking whenever you ring up for an interview, what is the problem you're trying to solve? So if someone called me up about a job and they were like, what is it that you really, really need? What do you really want the person to work on? And I would say they need to do duh, 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 duh. And then the person would say to me, yeah, I could do that. And I said, right, tell me how you could do that. Because that's how you cut out the bullshit from the bullshitters, okay? So if I say to you, we need someone who can do some SQL programming. Person on the phone will go, yep, I can do that. I go, right, so tell me where you've done it, how you use it, and tell me about, what you're quite comfortable doing. And half of them would drop out. I'm still learning it. Right, get lost. The other half, yeah, we done da-da-da-da-da. I did it for these algorithms and views. I did it to feed into Tableau or database, and this is how we did it. They're the people I want. I don't care if you don't have a SQL qualification. I don't care at all. Can you show me that you can do it? Because, you know what? Someone could turn up at your door and say, hey, I can build a house. I can build a house for you for $10,000. I can do it. Show me, prove to me you can do it. Show me an example. Not a test, show me. Show me that you built that house. Show me that you ticked all the boxes. That's what I want to see. Not, hey, I've been building houses for 20 years. Yeah, but I bet you can't build a house. Whereas this person here has got 1 year experience, but they can build a house properly. That's my philosophy. Sorry, loads of comments and I've not read them. To be honest, Matt, unless the client wants it, I only go for mobile, tablet, desktop. I'll be honest, and I'll tell you why. The world is forever changing. Devices are always changing. I got an ultra-wide screen, right? Devices are always changing. If you start trying to cover off every little device, you'll never get the website done. Never. There you go, Matt. So many people, right, when they say, yeah, we don't use page builders, I don't think they understand. They think that because they've used Elementor or Visual Composer, they've built it from scratch. No, that it's still a page builder. Hey, Pickstar. Sorry, Pickstar. I'm just saying hi now. I was talking and I'm going down the comments now, though, so sorry to say hey, Pickstar. Really sorry by that, okay? I'm really late sometimes to reading comments. Exactly, Sue, right? What are they trying to achieve? What do they want, okay? I hate doing tablet. I really do. I hate doing tablet. The world has moved on. Yeah. The world, once the iPhone and other phones started going for the bigger shape, right? Once the iPhones and all of that and Galaxy and all of that were now like giving you the same kind of experience you used to get with the iPad mini I mean, the iPad mini, who has an iPad mini now? Someone told me the other day, hey, I got an iPad mini for my birthday. And I was like, what? Why? Like, how big's your phone? Oh, yeah, I've got an iPhone. They had the 12 Pro Max. I got an iPhone 12. I go, why do you need the iPad mini then? Why do you need the iPad mini, which is like that big, and you got an iPhone Pro Max as well? You know, you don't need it. I mean, I still do. No, it's not rich people soon, by the way. It's not rich people. It's what you do with your resources. But I think tablets still have their place. Like, my son loves his tablet. He loves to just sit there watching and doing stuff. But it's kind of, hey, Mark, it's almost like the tablets are really good for portability. But that's about it, really, isn't it? Yeah. It's about portability. But there's always a limitation. I mean, to be honest, okay, I did have the iPad Pro, the big one, right? And I went back to using a Surface Pro tablet because I found that, you know what? I still feel like the iPad Pros and the iPads are still very limited as to what you can do in terms of productivity. No matter how much they want to say it, I still feel like there's a limitation. And I'm a massive Apple geek, right? Massive Apple geek. I'm just going to go grab another drink, okay? Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, hold on, let me just update this. I knew there was something I forgot to do. There we go. So I can tick that off as well. Hey, Pixar, whenever someone says a pixel perfect design to me, I say to them, right, so what screen size is your page built? And they're like, don't know. I go, right, so what about a bigger screen? Oh, make it work. I went, no. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So if you want pixel perfect, how's it going to look on the mobile? And they kind of go, the same. I go, no, your website's got all this stuff. On the mobile, you're not going to have all the... You know, the worst clients are the ones that say, here's my website. I want it to look exactly the same on the mobile. They're the worst. And you kind of go, no, it won't look exactly the same on the mobile. I want it to be exactly the same. And I go, right, you got a massive hero banner. You got words here, image here, blah, 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 blah. You're now switching to a mobile. I want it exactly the same because the user will flip their phone over. And I go, no, the user won't do that. You don't know the user. The user will. When the user flips their phone, I want exactly the same. I go, yeah, but it will look cramped. And you just feel like, forget it, you know. Just going to go grab a drink and something to munch on. I did. Because you said you were going to be my only viewer, Atif. So I said, you pervert. I want it exactly the same on Internet Explorer. Psh, let me just grab a drink. Perverted or converted. Oh my god. Luckily no one has said that to me. I want it exactly the same on my Apple Watch, but that would be funny. That would be funny. YouTube is, I think, the biggest university you're going to find. You know? Atif is a good man. Hey, Melissa. Don't forget to like, people, okay? Don't forget to hit like. So, the directory theme, really good feedback from the client. They're really happy. They're so glad. I mean, they took a leap of faith, and I did say to them, look, you've got to when I say reset, I mean delete the website they had. I completely deleted it and reinstalled it because I didn't want any little gremlins sat in the back-end database. A complete, full-on reinstallation. Start from scratch. Yeah, Della, so I'm working on it now. I can't share the screen, but it's a directory website where people sign up. And then you got search facility where they can search for businesses, events, jobs, offers. You know, it's got the map facility, search bars, all of that, filtering, blah, 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 blah. Pixar, dislike here and there. You... To be honest, you are allowed to dislike. I prefer people to be honest. What am I doing my hair here today? I prefer people to be honest, to be honest. I prefer people to be honest, to be honest. Double barrel there, right? Okay, let me give you a video then. This is for Interpret, right? I actually do have a video for you that might help. It's actually a video I gave someone earlier today as well. I've just got to find the link for it. It was called, I think it's called Swap. No, is it Swap? So right, Interpret, here you go. Interpret. Watch that video, okay? Go watch that. Hold on, we're going to cover off a topic that I get asked a lot, and I know it's a... Here you go. There's the video, Melissa. There's the video. I think the biggest tip I can give you there is the one about incentive referrals. Take care, Catalyse. Right? So, yeah, but what the sales, you know when it says what's going to make a good profitable directory, what you got to think about is a lot of these directories like Yelp and all that, they're not niche. Yelp is everything, right? They're not niche. So if you know there's like a niche... You know, there's like a niche area, right? You know, it could work super well. You could almost argue but there isn't really a niche area for web designers, is there? Really? There isn't really a niche directory for web designers. Do you know what I mean? But then again, would web designers pay to be listed on it? And then you got to make sure you promote it so much that Joe Blogs people come there to find their web designer as well. Takes a bit of time, right? I'm using my listing. So this is the 5th website with my listing that we're building now. It's really cheap, $60 for the client, right? I'm not going to say it's super simple. You got to think a little bit, but it's really good in what it does. Really, really good. It's got a great Facebook group. Go onto Facebook and type my listing. The group will pop up. Depends on the niche and Dupree. No. I know you two are. I know that right now, Jimmy and Chingy are they're comparing the colour of their boxer shorts. Look, they're comparing the colours. Boxer shorts and stuff like that. You know, pillows, duvets, beds. They're sorting all of that. Private chat. Yes. So you know what? Okay, so Matt, the My Listings theme, when I do clients, we don't use the header and footer that My Listings give you. We use a normal Elementor Pro header. So that header will look like whatever you want. So you have a button for you do whatever you want. You have it look however you want. Checked. So my listing is a theme. So this is one of the few times when I don't use hello. The my listing is a theme, but because it's built with Elementor, you can do what you want. And their documentation, when it's telling you how to change things, is referring to Elementor. So it's brilliant. It's made for. Do you guys know Ryan Logan? He's on the Elementor Facebook group sometimes. Ryan Logan. Ryan Logan is a mastermind with the My Listing theme. And he's always around on the Elementor Facebook group. This is a match made in heaven. Can't get better. Right? The fact that this theme is built for and with Elementor. So whenever Elementor do like a big major update, the My Listing theme gets their update done as well. My Listings is brilliant. It is brilliant. But Ryan Logan, he is around. Maybe I notice him more because I know him now. But it's a good plugin. Good plugin. Not plugin, theme. It's a theme. It's a theme. I was eating peanuts. Peanuts. Because I know how all of your filthy minds work. Peanuts and Pepsi Max. My Listing is a theme for directory websites. Let me put a link in here for you guys, all right? But it is a brilliant theme. Here you go. Have a look at this demo of it. Peanuts, Atif. By the way, Atif, is it Atif or Atif? How do you prefer your name to be pronounced? Atif or Atif? They are. You are right, Mark. I think it's more to do with the the fat and the protein content. Very true, Pixstar. If that's how you want to refer to them, Melissa, pea-sized nuts, then yes, okay. I don't feel so bad when I eat them because at least they've got that high protein as well in them. And it's one of those snacks that you know you can have where you know it's not just all carbs. Ah, Artif. 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 Right? Artif. Ah. Okay, let's... Della, there's no point you checking. I can tell you now. There's probably more carbs in a handful of that pasta than I'll have in a day. I'm not really, but you know. The trouble is, though, I'll forget, you know, Artif. I'll try and make sure I remember, okay? No! 1% protein. I'm going to have to turn off the live chat because I feel faint just reading that. Right now in the UK, people... Can you hear that noise? There's a sound in the wind, like a whisper. Oh, Div, where is it coming from? Oh, 21%. 21%! Mr. Tom. Oh, dear. It depends, Zoom. So if you're very active, right? If you're very, very active, the carbs can be a good thing because it gives you the energy to pump and do stuff as well. If I eat too many carbs, I get bloated and I start putting on weight. So my way to combat it is low carbs. So, you know, carbs, fat, but protein. I try and get as much protein in. Oh, yes. I used to love Snickers. Atif, before I cut back on sugars, stuff like that, you know, I would love like Twix, Snickers. I mean, my God, you know the Twickers ice cream bar, Atif? I miss that. I miss that. The Snickers ice cream bar. Who here has had the Snickers ice cream bar? The Snickers ice cream bar. Who's had that? Yeah, but Soom, how old are you again? How old are you, Soom? Exactly, Melissa. It's so that they have... It's the burning they do, you know. So, Soom... Oh, man. George, Melissa... Sometimes, right, when I'd be walking back from college when I was about 16, 17, I'd pass this shop and they always had Snickers ice cream bars. Oh, wow. Snickers ice cream bars. Mamma mia. Right? Ooh. That's the good stuff. I remember Marathon Mark. I remember. And I think it was 1988, 89. I remember when Marathon changed name. Everyone, we were all like, what? 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 But you totally got over it really quick. So soon, right? You're in your 20s now. It's your metabolism right now, right? If you keep eating certain types of food, when you hit 30-ish, your metabolism does this. Boom. Unless you're very, very active. Do you do a lot of running and training and getting out and about? How many days, how many hours worth of activity do you think you get a day? So you're going out, you're doing stuff, whatever. How many hours a day? Yes, I do, Mark. Yep. I remember Opal Fruits. I mean, there's so many name changes, isn't there? Raider, the crisps. The crisps. I remember them. Space Raider. I think they still do that. Ryder. I don't remember Ryder. No, that must be before my time then. I don't know, why they changed it. Marathon. I don't know why. It was I think it was an American thing. I don't remember paces. So, Soom, how many hours a day activity do you think? Half an hour? An hour? Are you quite active? You quite active? I feel like I'm 25. Don't remember that, Jason. I don't remember that. I'm trying to think of what else changed names. I'm trying to think what else there was that changed names. Products. No, Pickstar. Leaning on your left butt as opposed to your right butt does not count as being active. Believe it or not, but you know when I'm talking, you are burning more calories when you're talking and conversing as opposed to being quiet. So I would say, Soom, here's the danger, right? When you get to your 30s, if you keep continuing that kind of food, your metabolism will drop and then you will start putting on more weight. So just watch out for that. Just watch out for it. Orbit drinks. I'm not sure. To be honest, Melissa, if the drink wasn't Coke, I didn't look at it. Any drink that wasn't Coke when I was a youngster didn't get my attention. Didn't care. Get out of the way. Right, I need to just carry on with these categories that I said I would do for someone. Not do for someone, for the client. That sounded really bad, innit? I said I would do them for someone. No, I mean my client. Oh dear, I wish they had told me this before they changed their mind. So they changed their mind on some of the tags, which it's not a massive problem, but it's just like I wish they had, I wish they had made their mind up about this before they've gone and changed their mind, just because it's not a problem. It's just like, you got to delete what you did and then add new stuff in. Intergalactic Coke. What? What's this? Intergalactic Coke. What is this? Oh, tip. What is Intergalactic Coke? Soon, you will go far. I don't know where you're going, but you'll get there somehow, all right? Because you're now drinking the good stuff, right? You're now drinking the good stuff. Yep, picks. Yes, Pickstar. Intergalactic Coke. Why have I never heard of this? Are you kidding us? Is there actually something called Intergalactic Coke? I had a real serious talk with my son this morning walking him to school. I've told him, when you get back from school, you are not playing out with your friends until you've done your spelling, your reading, one of these tests from a SAT test book, and what was the other thing? Handwriting improvements. Because he's going to a pattern of like coming home, having a snack, and then out to play until like 6, half 6 with his friends. And I'm like, no, that stops now. Hey, Elikor. Glad you like it. I need to get a sign over here on the wall. I need to do something here. I mean, Raheem, he's doing quite well in school. He's doing well. He's doing okay. However, his handwriting definitely needs improving. I keep telling him, sort it out. Pigstar. I often used to get told when I was in the office, Imran, you can't say that. Oh, Imran, you can't say that. So I probably have just as much shit in my head too. Do you mean the light rays from the window? Well, this window here is actually open. Normally I close it all off, but this one I've opened. But it works okay because the sun you see is over there. Over there. So it's not going to be coming through the window kind of thing. So it works. See, I was massively into ice cold Coke Zero. I was massively into that. But when I started I think with me it's like if that Coke Zero, I'm still drinking it after 2 hours, the taste goes weird. Pepsi Max after 2 hours is actually still okay, and that's what made me switch to that. Oh, Paul's Keller got that. Well, that's so when he gets home from school, I sit with him while he's having his snack, and then we go through his tests and stuff. Mark will tell you the amount of crap I used to come out with in the office. I would just say stuff like, you know, and I'd have to be careful who you sometimes joke around with. You always got to be, you know, when you're in an office, some stuff you can't say to some people. Some stuff you can because you don't know if the funny side or whatever. So you got to be careful. But I'm one of those people who, like, in a really serious meeting might just say something and, like, you kind of go, what did you say that for? Which video was that in Dupree? I've forgotten which video I just shared with you. Which video was that? What video did I just share? I forget what I shared sometimes. Oh yeah, I mean, and that's what I mean. So in the office, there were some really great guys. You know, like these names won't mean anything to you, but like Collingwood, Ramesh. There was like, you know, there was stuff we could just say to each other. You know, you could have a really good laugh, and I think that's what's important. That's so one office I worked in before I joined the one, you know, where Collingwood was. It was so dry sometimes. You make a joke, you're having a laugh with people, and then someone else at the opposite end of the office would be like, "Can you please keep it down?" or whatever, and you kind of be like, you know. Let people be people. The work gets done. You know, just let people enjoy banter. Exactly, banter. Someone once had a bad day, and I remember they came in the office and they had a go at everyone. I don't want to hear no one having fun because I'm having a bad day. And I remember going in the office and saying, that's not their problem. You're having a bad day, but don't you go and throw it all over them. Because what happened was, someone got engaged, right? And then the next day, they came into the office and they brought food for people. And people were congratulating them and blah, blah, blah. And this person walks in and says, don't want none of this. Get on with your work, blah, 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 blah. And I went in and said, that person there, that girl, okay, she's 23. She's just got engaged. She's beaming. She's happy. With her boyfriend, she is happy. And just because you're having a bad day, you're pouring shit over everyone. Right? Get over it. Yeah, take care, Soom. Take care. Or I tell you what's worse, Artifia. I tell you what's worse, okay, is when the people that don't like your jokes or your banter can happily sit there and their banter is about stuff which is so dry and boring, but it's okay for them. That used to get on my nerves. That used to really get on my nerves. You know, they would happily say stuff like, you know, they'd happily say stuff that you think, that's actually, you can't say that in an office. You know, they're very damning over maybe the government or the law or something, right? Very political. But if you're just having a laugh and you're smiling as you work, that was not allowed. Yeah, take care soon. What you need to do, Elikor, is you need to get on a host. You need to find a cheap host or something. Yep, too politically correct. And I think, do you know what, Pixar? That is exactly it. There is something inside of me from a very young age. If I know I've made someone laugh or smile, I feel so good inside. I feel so good. So sometimes I would crack a joke in a meeting or when I'm sitting with someone. Sometimes I just say something. Sometimes someone does something and I make an observational joke or whatever. There's something about humour and being able to take someone out of the dullness to be alive that makes me feel alive. And when you work, if you're in an office or an environment where everyone is just like, it gets very depressing, you know. You know, and sometimes I would shout across the office. I'd be like, Mark. And Mark would be like, what? And I'd be like, oh, just checking you're okay. Nothing. And people would be like, what are you doing? It'd be like, it just creates conversation, right? It's literally like everything we talk about so much with like social media. Social media is not about, hey, this is who I am. Social media is more about engagement. So if you do a social media post saying, hey, I'm feeling really good today, so what? But if you put something on that kind of creates conversation, someone might react in a good or a bad way. Someone might go, yeah, I understand that. I like that too, whatever. Engagement, that is social media. Yeah, they do. And I found with quite a lot of people, I used to find with quite a lot of people that there were some who, they're not very jokey people, but you could see them kind of go, And you know what happens when they start to react a little bit? They are more inclined when they come in the office, hey, Imran, you're right. Before it'd be like, morning. Before it'd be like, morning. Goodbye. Now, then it starts to be, hey, see you guys later. Do you want anything from the shop? It creates this belongingness, this togetherness, this community. We have a community here. Right? We have a community here. Unless we're all abducted by aliens and we're all put into the same spaceship with needles stuck into our backsides, we're probably never going to meet. If we get abducted, we might meet on a spaceship, but we might never meet. Mark's right there about, like, you know, the it's when you make it. I couldn't get the words out. When you feel like you've made a difference. And that's for me was why I think from a very, very young age, I found that my strength, or I like to think it's a strength, was making people laugh. I'm not a comedian. I can't tell jokes. But what I do is I take experiences and I comment on them, life, observations, how I felt about something, how I react to something. That's what I think is my strength in kind of turning it into a bit of a humorous moment. So you feel like you made a difference. I think we'd jump out of a shit pigsty if that happened, right? We'd all jump out. But at the same time, I was very careful as well. So what happened once in our office, someone said something. Well, if everybody votes for that political party, you're all idiots. That's what they said. And I sat there thinking, I like to be funny and do stuff like that. However, I wouldn't say that because you don't know who in this office would vote for them or not. And you've now just made a statement which wasn't funny. And what I found, what I didn't like was this person and their friends laughed at that. Oh yeah, ha 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 ha. And I went, that's not funny. That's like a serious statement. You don't go there with that. What is my temperament? My temperament is I can be quite serious. When I know like the shit's hit the fan and things need sorting out, I can be very focused and very serious. And we've got to problem solve, risk manage, get things done. Don't mess around. Don't bullshit. What do we need to do to sort this problem out? If I'm disturbed, I don't like it. I don't like being disturbed when I am head down and really focusing. I don't like it. So I'm going against everything I've just said, but I don't like it. I'm like, no, look, I've got to get this on. I've got to do this. But the bulk of the time, I just prefer to be relaxed and enjoy myself and enjoy life. Because you know what? You don't know how long you got. You don't know how long you got. So you got to enjoy yourself, and know that when you wake up out of bed, you are alive. You feel good. You know what you want to do today. You know what you want to achieve, and you go out and you kick ass. You do it. Integrity kind of starts the moment you wake up. What are you going to do about your life, and how are you going to do it? Right? That's how you need to be feeling. And that's what keeps me going. That is why sometimes when I go, oh God, this damn website. No, keep going. Oh no, got to do this today. Just do it. Get it done. Because you know you're going to make a difference and you're going to feel good at the end of it. And if there's anything I don't want to do, I find a way out of it. I find a way to go, no, I'm not going to do that. Because it's not worth my time. There's no point to it. That sounds like something out of the Da Vinci Code, choleric sanguine. Yeah, exactly, Melissa. Exactly, and it's like, I tell you what, when I changed jobs about 5 years ago, and I went into a different office environment, within one day, I knew I was with people that I could relax and have a laugh with. Normally, whenever I've worked anywhere in my life, it takes me 2 weeks to suss out who can I have a laugh with, who do I need to watch out for, who do I trust, what are people like? You know, who can I have a laugh with? But when I changed job 5 years ago, in one day, I was like, right, I know where I stand. I'm with more like-minded people. This is great. And you're very good at picking it up, Mark. The workbooks. No, but yeah. Exactly. And I do think that if I know that I'm with some people who they're not into the banter, or, you know, they're quite serious, or they've got chips on their shoulder, or issues and problems, you respect that. You respect that, and better to respect it than to disrespect it. Yep, procrastination, absolutely. And I had a rude awakening 23 years ago that made me really go, you know what? I am not going to follow what my parents or family think or would like to see me do. I'm not going to follow that. Don't give a shit. I am not going to toe the line. I am not going to believe in whatever. I am not going to do whatever. I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. I'm going to do what I want, or whatever. Because life can change like that. So the Ray theme, I've seen people using it hobby. I have seen people have problems with the Ray theme and Elementor now and again. I have to be honest, I don't see what Ray does massively that I couldn't potentially do with Hello. It has loads of slider stuff, but other than, when you think about it, how often are you going to use the sliders? And when you take the sliders out of Ray, what has it got that's super good? And I would say, how much is Ray again? I can't remember how much it is. But for me, it's like, you know, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? And if you want to knock out a website really quickly, boom, 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 then I can understand you jumping onto it. I can understand that. But I just don't see the buzz about it. Like, I used the My Listing theme for directory websites. Why? Because there's tons of stuff in it that I couldn't do without using loads of other plugins. It's all built in. Great, let's get going. The Ray theme, other than sliders, I don't see the magnet to make me go, yeah, let's do it. Let's use that. What about you, hobby? Do you use it? Are you considering using it? Or what's making you feel like using it? And I think right now, Melissa, I think what's lovely is that we always have new people coming along to the chats now and again. But I think what's nice is we have a pretty good, nice vibe going on here. You know, and I will start opening up. You know, maybe I'll put a Google Meet link in so that we can have people on camera again. So that you're not just words on a screen. You can now, you know, talk, be on camera if you want. You don't have to be on camera. That will depend on your host, Elikor. That will depend on your host you're using, if you can accept replies. Yeah, exactly, Melissa. Because you know what, you don't want to look back and go, I wish I'd done this. I could have done it. There was nothing stopping me from doing this, but I didn't do it. There wasn't any variable in the universe that stopped me doing it, but I chose not to do it. So get off your ass and do it, is what I say. You want to hang off the top of your house with a bit of rope tied around your ankles, eating doner kebab? Get on with it. Just don't drop the doner kebab. Exactly, Matt. Yes, so exactly. So, Matt, you know what you just said about my Croco block? Exactly. And here's the thing, yeah. You could use CrocoBlock and you could use like these other plugins, but then the minute it starts to go wrong, you're then trying to work it out. With my listing, there's a Facebook group. It's got over 5,000 people in that group. There's good documentation. There's good responses from the support team. They're always updating to make that better. So for me, it's like, it's almost like a ready-made package that you can work with. Because I'll tell you what, I did try and work it out. Well, could I do this? And I was like, do you know what? All it takes is one of those plugins to change something, and then suddenly, what if it doesn't work here and there and there? So I always weigh up with, it also depends on the cost. Now, if the client goes, hey, we'll give you £20,000, what? Then you might put in the hard work, right? So you got to weigh it up with ready-made solution that you can. I mean, the great thing about my listing in Elementor is it can be completely personalized in look and feel and how it works. But yeah, I always kind of judge it on, right, what is the client paying? Because I tell you what, yeah. I mean, look, this person's directory theme website, brand new WordPress installation yesterday, right? And it's done. All I'm now doing today is fine-tuning it. And yesterday, I wasn't working on it full on, probably about 7-8 hours, which sounds like a lot, but that's not full on. You can't white label it unless you do a child theme, which then you could do that. But however, Matt, I make clear to my clients that they are going to pay for the theme. And that every year they have to continue paying $60 a year if they want all the updates. So I make that clear to them. And I tell you why I don't white label it, Matt. If I white label it and they think I've created it, and then the My Listing theme does an update, or Elementor does an update, and then there's a problem, they're going to think it's me. But I tell them it's the My Listing theme. So the My Listing theme did an update in February, as did Elementor with their stuff. And if you didn't have them updated, your website broke. I'm not saying I excuse myself from the responsibility, because I would still want to make it work. However, I can say to them, look, the My Listing theme, the developers have done a major update. Your website, it might take a day or two just to work through any little nuances or issues. The responsibility is now not with me. And that's the reason why we don't do white labeling. Which Facebook? Oh, yeah, the Facebook group. Yeah, let me just put it over here, Elocore. So that's the reason we don't do white label hosting. So if there's a problem with, like, say, the hosting, the website's gone down or something, the client knows that they were hosted through XYZ. Yeah, we do maintenance packages, yeah. But the maintenance packages support looking into problems. But, you know, but if the hosting goes down, that's not, we can only raise the issue. But if you're white labeling it, the client will go, it's yours, you created it, it's your hosting, sort it out. And then suddenly you're obligated to sort it out. So Elocore, can't write it. Elocore. There you go. No, Atif, because I make it clear to them. Well, to be honest, Atif, 99% of our websites are hello. And all I say to them, hello is just the foundation, and then build everything on. Hello is blank. With the My Listing theme, what's great about that is when I say to my client, this is the solution we're going to use, I can then give them a link to the demo site. I can go away and have a look at it. And I make clear to them, you can, if you want, go away now, buy it and build it yourself. Or you can work with us to do that. So they have a choice. And clients like that. Right now, the directory one, the personal training one we did a school one. I did a digital marketing one as well, promotion. When you tell them, we've got another one coming up soon with prescriptions once he gets his money together. When you show them the demo of what they can do, and you're being crystal clear, transparent. Here you go, $60. But to get it to look good, to get it to work for your categories, your filters, your options, all of that, you're going to need someone to build it out. And the trust they have there is like through the roof. Because you're not holding back. You've been fully transparent with them. But that's the only time I use a theme, Atif, my listing. Otherwise, it's all hello. But yeah, Matt, it's like responsibility, you know. So I know loads of people where they've white labeled Elementor. And I'm like, but what if your client one day takes ownership of that website? Because it's their website. It's their website. What are you going to do? Oh, you know, it's kind of like, so that's why I say be careful. Exactly what Pixar said there. The analogy about, we'll work on your car and we'll make it look good and all that. But if the garage or the owner of the car, BMW, do something or whatever, and it wrecks the car, we can't fix that because we're not BMW. We're not the manufacturers. Oh, Dave, are you kidding me? We're in the wrong market, everyone. This is what we need to do. Let's just start building Astra template websites, 2003. And this does get on my nerves. I've seen website designers and their portfolio is literally just Astra templates. Some of them have got the Stormwind Astra shop template. They haven't even changed the logo or the image, even says Stormwind. The herbal shop. No change whatsoever. Hey, what if we create a website and we call it this? What if we call it that? Artsa. Artsa. Which is Astra backwards in case any of you have not realised it. I am going to cut off this live stream in 2 minutes, by the way, okay? I am going to cut off in 2 minutes. Because I had a list of 11 things. During this live chat, I've only done 2 of them while talking to you all. I did say this would happen. And this stuff should take less than an hour to do. So I'm going to crack on with that. But we could do Artsa, couldn't we? Artsa. That'd be fun. And to be honest, look, if someone can make a business doing that, good for them. But you can do preloaders. I don't have a video for it, but you got to go to Elemental Experiments. You got to activate the loading thing in Experiments. You go to your page. You then go to Page Settings, the cog in the bottom left corner, Page Settings, and then in there you'll have your preloader. Yeah, you'll have your preloader. I have had some people say it slows things down a bit, but you play around with it. Yeah, preloaders. Oh no, Jason, I get migraines, and I tell you what, they're a pain. Please don't join, right? Go and rest. Get your tablets and go and rest. MailerLite. We use MailerLite. In fact, we did a video on MailerLite. We did a video on it. MailerLite is far better than MailChimp. There are some issues with MailerLite though. There are some issues with it, I have to be honest. I think there are some issues with it in that sometimes emails or newsletters go out later than it does. We switched to Active Campaign, isn't that right, Mark? So it is much better than MailChimp, but we use Active Campaign. Yeah, deliverability issues. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, Jason, when I get them, right, flashy eyes, and then literally when I look at screens or people, there's like this cut, and I can't see anything here. It's I hate it. And it just knocks you out. It literally knocks you out. Boom, you're knocked out. Oh, wow, Atif, I just read what you said about the Astra bit, about this is what you get. And she's probably doing really well out of it as well. Okay, look everyone, yeah, I am going to let you all go, okay? MailChimp can work out quite expensive if you start to grow really big. Yeah, MailerLite might be fine for you, Jason, you know, if it's small. All right, look everyone, I'm going to let you go now, okay? I'm going to just crack on with this theme website. Otherwise, it will end up being really late, and I want to get it done. Take care, all of you, all right? I'm just going to let some of you still continue messaging there for a bit before I cut off. But it's been super good fun. Again, like always, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow I will have trimmed. But Jason, go and lie down, mate. Pop a couple of tablets, go and lie down, close the curtains, right, and just get some sleep, all right? Take care. No, we don't have a Discord yet. No, we don't. I need to look into it, but yeah. Yep, take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye.